No, I am not speaking out of my neck, good sir. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? Maybe you need to learn who you're talking to. A? AA? Anytime, anywhere? Yeah, that's me. That's my AA. Stands for anytime, anywhere. It's the saddest day of my life. And it's not for the reasons that anyone would think. And no, I'm not mourning my mother. I am not. Okay? Good riddance. I talked to her for 5 years. You know, I had a good time with her. I'm mourning my dad because I know what my dad's going through because he loved her. Okay? I didn't love my mother the way my sisters love her and stuff like that. I had a different love for her and I had a different relationship with my mom. I don't care that she's dead. I don't care. I care about neurological weapons being used. Everything here, you know what they have here? This is the saddest day of my life because we have to destroy all monsters. Okay? Destroy all monsters. We have to destroy Linoleum Blownapart. We're gonna blow it apart today. We're gonna destroy it. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna destroy it. Okay? But that's all they have. Everything is you're gonna die, or you're gonna get raped as a dick joke, or like somebody in your family is gonna get murdered. That's all they have. That's all. It's just constantly. But they have neurological weapons, and that's the sad part. That is the sad truth. Okay? So, a sign of trauma is wetting the bed and sleepwalking. So I had to relive that. And there's no amount of therapy, and there is no drug to cure it. Okay? Because medicine is preventative now. It's not curative. It's called preventative medicine for a reason. You can go to as much therapy as you want. You ever talk to these losers? I've been seeing the same therapist. I think Howard Stern or some moron like that. He goes to see the same therapist for 40 years and they're just like cashing that fucking check. My mom saw the same doctor for years. She thought this doctor was her friend. The doctor actually killed her, put her in the hospital. Right? And then she was finished off later. Okay? Amen. You know where I'm at? You want to know where I'm at? Tough guy? You tough guy or you're a tough girl, whatever. It doesn't matter. Them, they. Use. All I use. I'm in a place where they'll hire a hitman over a parking spot. These classy people in Beverly Hills. Oh, you didn't know that? They'll hire a hitman over a parking lanyard. So that's the classy people that I'm hanging out with. And you want to make fun of me because I run with street urchins? That's a term of endearment, my friend. It's a term of endearment. Street urchin. Takes one to know one. That's why I date coke whores. Because it takes one to know one. Right? Okay? You got the sacred and you have the profane. That's what it's all about. The sacred and the profane. You guys want to start the show? I got a theme song and everything. But this is the saddest day of my life. Saddest day of my life. We have to destroy it. We have to destroy Linoleum Blownapart, and that is today. And I don't appreciate having neurological weapons used on me if I'm a crier anyway. I was crying because I got hit by a car. You fucking pieces of trash. And now you're gonna point a weapon at me and make me cry? You're fucking human garbage. And you want to hire a hitman to fucking over a parking lanyard. That's what kind of trash you are. So don't forget what kind of trash you are. You can have the biggest fucking McMansion you want anywhere. But you hire a hitman over a parking lanyard. Don't forget that. Over a parking space. That's what kind of trash you are. I already know what kind of trash I am. Right? I already know what kind of trash I am. And I'm perfectly happy with who I am. If I make a mistake, I make a mistake. At least I'm man enough to man up. I don't save face, and no, I'm not speaking out of my neck, good sir. I am not. All right? I know exactly what I'm talking about. And I have all the confidence in the world. Okay? And that's all they have are dick jokes. You're going to get raped. You're going to get murdered. We're going to murder somebody in your family. What's the other one? Oh, race. That's it. That's their 3-trick pony. You got the 1-trick pony. They got the 3 tricks. Sex, death, and race. That's all they have. And they're weak AF. I am both the kite and the key. Okay? I am the kite and the key. I'm going all the way back to, right? You want to go way back? You want to go way back to Neanderthal man? I'm part Neanderthal. Did you forget about that? Yeah, I'm part Neanderthal. Right? Let's go all the way back to Benjamin Franklin. The kite and the key. That's what they told us, right? I was there. I was at Robinson Elementary. Back when, cops could play some decent covers, like Garden Party. It's in my book, Two-Legged Animal. Go get stuffed. Get stuffed. That's what I say now. I hate cussing. I hate it. I hate cussing. It's the worst thing that I ever learned. It's the worst thing because you are bringing a curse down on you, your name, your family, everything. Don't cuss. You have no business. You want to ship high in transit? We are. We're going to. I told you. Space Force. We are shipping high in transit. That's what we're going to do. And it's going to suck when one of those things falls out of the sky. It's going to suck. But it's going to happen. It has to. Things have to happen. Okay? And if you want to go somewhere, if you're into, like, I love Leonard Nimoy. Remember he had that show? Leonard Nimoy had that show. Mark Sargent should have got a show like that. He should do a show like that. He's really great, talented guy. Sorry about the glare. But In Search Of, I love that. I love that. And they should really bring that back. And if you're into that, go to osti.gov and go to Antarctica. And it's all right there. It's all right there. It's so beautiful. You want to know the shape of the earth? I talk about horses, and ponies, and saddles. It's a saddle. That's what we live on. A toroidal saddle. Basically, that's what it is. All right, but we're not here to talk about that. And I'm not here to talk about, other stuff. I got into a couple conversations with Jim Jarmusch a couple of times. I met him too. I saw Rocket's Red Glare. I saw everybody. Really all these cool people that I would love to have talked to my old friends about. But you want to talk about death and murder and all that stuff instead? Is that what you want to talk about? Because we could talk about that too, right? You want to talk about sex and death, and it's all in my device. It's all just nonstop. Just nonstop. Right? I was in the 9th grade, and that's when I hated my mother the most. Before I found punk rock, I hated her. I hated her guts. In high school, the 9th grade, and I bought Ozzy Osbourne's record with Randy Rhoads, and I heard it, and it was amazing. It sounded amazing to me because it was opening up this new style of music. Like Ronnie James Dio joined Sabbath, right? And they were doing Rainbow in the Dark. They had this new sound was coming out. Even in, you could listen to the difference between like that doom metal, like that whole right? Anyways, and I'll never forget it. And that's when I hated her the most. And that's what these POSs do. They tell a teenage kid to murder somebody. That's what they do. That's who they tell. They go tell a teenage kid to murder somebody, and then he does, and then he goes to like the juvie, and then he just goes into the military. That's it. That's how they murder people too. What else do you want to know? Anything else? They used a neurological weapon. They've been using this for a long time. They used it on me. Like I said, I'm telling you everything. I don't give a fuck about Lana. I don't give a fuck about Heidi or any old trash skank girlfriend, especially my wife. She's the biggest piece of garbage you ever want to see in your life. She's human garbage to me. You want to take her out? Take her out like a piece of garbage. Go ahead. You want to torture Irene Bedard? Go ahead. Turn it to 11. Crank it. Go ahead. Because that's what human garbage you are. Don't ever forget that. I was asked to become a police officer. I was asked. You understand? I was asked to be a police officer. I wasn't chewing my pencil eraser, running down to the cop shop, filling out an application. I was asked. I always do that a lot. Like, how else am I gonna, how else am I gonna like emphasize? Oh, that's another way. Oh, the old coconut. I was asked to become a cop. You fucking piece of trash. Yeah. Oh, you can worry about killing somebody? Is that all you care about? Killing somebody, raping somebody, and your race. That's it. Those are the only 3 cards that they have. That's it. Every single person in my family has been threatened online. Through my device. Every single one of them. They'll pick out something about them and they'll put it and flash it on your thing. It's been done. Like I said, there is no game anymore for any of you. Your game is over. Anyone in my band dies, anyone. I don't care. I am so happy right now. I'm in love with a couple of people. They don't love me, but at least I can feel it. You know, I can feel it. I feel good. I feel great. Except for today. All right. We got to destroy it. I don't know how I'm going to show you. Everything's backwards. So let's destroy it. Let's destroy it. We have to. We have to. So now what do you have? Now you have a rock and roll movie. We already seen it. Daisy and the Six. Go get stuffed. Get stuffed. That's what I'm going to say now. I got to stop cussing. It's terrible. Like, what is yelling out about excrement? One of the greatest lines in a movie, I don't know if Billy Bob Thornton wrote this or not, but it was in his movie that he sold, and Greg Kinnear was in it, and one of Tom Cruise's wives was in it too. And a little kid goes, "Mama, what does fuck mean?" And she goes, "It's an ugly word for a beautiful thing." That's right. That's what I say about street urchins. They're beautiful people with an ugly habit. Because we're all beautiful. We're all beautiful. And yes, I saw the human toad. I saw the toad man on the bus. The brown toad. I saw him. Incredible. I just don't have the guts. I'm not going to throw my camera in somebody's face, man. And I ask people a lot of times, almost got beat up. There's the 2 guys when they're walking, I say gangster grub or whatever I call it. It's just a stupid title. Some of my titles are good, and then others are just like, what? I don't know. Because I'm doing the music and I'm doing the everything, and I'm like, ah. I love it. I love my life. I love what I'm doing. I love everything about it. Everything. Everything. Okay? And if you got to hire a hitman to take me out, then do it. I don't really give a shit. I know what kind of pieces of shit you are. That's why. So no, it's not lost on me, man. And there is freedom of religion in this country. So you can make fun of Scientologists all fucking day long. I understand it on a level that no one would ever understand. I still support this girl's channel, and she does exposés about. You got to understand something. When you're consuming information, you have to go to the dark side to get information too, you know, because they could find out something that you don't know. And you're like, shh, oh yeah, just like your bullet when it enters my fucking brain, because that's all you do is threaten people. Piece of shit. Unbelievable, man. Over a parking lanyard. Don't ever forget, that's who you are. You guys want to hear a true story? All my stories are true and real. Okay? I know a person I'll never fucking tell you because I know how to keep my mouth shut, especially when it comes to beautiful women. A person told me that Bill Cosby offered to have someone murdered, and his son ended up getting murdered. Okay? I'm not saying there's a there. That was told to me directly from a person who knew him before any of the shit in the fucking... Guys, I was this close to a drug dealer in New York City who goes so far back that he knows every single fucking celebrity. I think he goes back to like Hendrix. I was this fucking close to meeting that guy. You understand? I'm not a drug dealer. I'll never deal drugs. I had my opportunity, and you guys fucked it up because you're stupid. You got a fresh-faced kid from Detroit coming to fucking New York City. I was ready. I keep telling you this. I was so ready. Huh? You keep fucking up. You keep fucking it up. Don't ever forget that. I'm not fucking anything up. I'm there. I'm ready. I'll never deal drugs. Ever. 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 That was my opportunity. With Lana. But she couldn't handle it. I could have moved so much coke. I don't give a fuck if I'm moving it for the Gambinos or the fucking, I don't know. What do I fucking care? Right? My dad's into the Creekios. What the fuck? I don't give a shit. The Creekios, Gambinos, who gives a fuck eye ties. Right? I was ready. Right? You weren't. You weren't. And now where am I? I'm in the land of misfit toys. And I have to destroy my baby. And I can't. I can't. It's undestroyable, guys. What do you have? What do you have? I don't know what you guys can see, what you can't. Here's Linoleum Blown Apart. Here's all the songs. Back When is the fucking song. That's the song, man. Holy shit, I'm writing all this stuff out. Look what I did back when I had to write it really big. This is 20 songs right here. That's 20 fucking full-length songs. Okay? Now each song, obviously, you just write a scene around the song. That's kind of easy. I did it a little bit. And if you think I'm just gonna give this away, I try to tell you, they think they're gonna just take everything. Because they already did. They already did. But that's why Clifton took me to Arizona to steal the songs. That's why he took me there. But they don't have the guts to kill me. Do it. Do it. I dare you. I dare you. I told you I'd bleed away, punk, you phony parking lanyard pushover. That's all you are. Don't ever forget who you are, and I told you who you are. Every single one of you, I told you. You like that? I like that. I love my channel. I love my channel. I love what I'm doing. I love my life. I love living life. Right? I've hooked up with a couple of broads in the park. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Yeah, I mean, once a year. At least I'm getting something. Jesus Christ, dude. Fucking gorgeous, man. A couple of them really gorgeous. There's no doubt. Right? But what are you gonna do? Everything on TikTok is fake. TikTok is 1000% military, alphabet, everything, man. They're all in that motherfucker. And, you know, and again, that's all they have. It's like, oh, we're gonna, it's all threats. It's just constant threats. You know what I mean? Because of TikTok and all that. And where I'm at, it's all cops. Where I'm at, they're all plainclothes cops. And I already told you that they had 26 or whatever it was, undercover, not undercover, but, they call them confidential informants. They call them confidential informants on January 6th. Okay? But they didn't tell you what they're doing. They're just spying through their device. Those people don't even know that they're confidential informants. Right? That's what they're doing to me. They're tracking and tracing me everywhere. But now they're starting to do the weapon, the neurological weapon, more. They're using it more now. They think they can get away with it. I am telling you, I'm letting you know, I'm gonna get physically violent with the person if they use that again. Male, female, black, white, short, tall, I don't care. Don't use it. I keep trying to tell you guys that. My wife used it on me for 7 years and I suffer permanent damage because of it. You fucking... There's a term, okay? There's a term for my wife and her lummox brother. They don't use it anymore, okay? And it's not a wigger, it's a white nigger. That's what they are. And that's what Jim Hicks is. They don't know it. Do you understand? That's what they used to be called back in the 60s. What the fuck? This guy was playing Funky Worm back in the yard. I'm like, yes, finally. You know, this guy's like my age. All these guys, they did like 20 years. They all did fucking 20 years. They all did a stretch, man. Okay? That's why I'm hanging out. Okay? I call it home, sweet home. Hey, fellas. Oh, boy. Right? Whatever. Right? It's like that song, Institutionalized. Right? You become institutionalized. You get used to that. You know? Right? But you got to be your own person. I'm my own person. I'm my own individual being. I spent time being a punk rocker and trying to be like everybody else when it was all about originality. That's what you don't understand. Now, like I said, anybody in the art department or anything, you know, they're just workers. Okay, I respect that. But the people doing the costumes, you better be into fucking punk rock, because if you're not, you're out. Do you know how many people are passionate about punk rock? Okay? I gave you MFers, like the 9 treatments already for shows that are ready to go. Hopefully I can write them up and get them on my Kindle. Hopefully. Okay? So, you know, like I said, that's what they do. Why do you think Tarantino doesn't have a cell phone? Because they fucking steal everything. And that's why he was so pissed when his script went out and all of a sudden someone got a hold of it and fucking started passing it around. Immediately. And that's why he was losing his mind. He's like, what the F? Like, what? Yeah, man. It's not lost on me, man. I know so much and I've met so many people. And that's all I wanted to do was tell my friends and not brag, but like, oh man, can you believe it? Like I said, when my friend Jim told me about Chris Farley, I was like so excited. I was excited for him. I wasn't like these trashy people that I used to know. So if they pass away, like Heidi and her mother, or any of my ex-girlfriends, they just happen to die, I don't care. I don't care if Jimmy Doom dies or lives or whatever the fuck he does. I will whoop his ass up and down the fucking street, you fucking sissy. Anytime, anywhere, remember? Would you forget about that? Clifton, any of them. You want to talk about sex and death? Do you threaten to rape them? Is that what you do? Do you threaten to rape any of them and kill them? Huh? No, it's just me, right? Yeah, I'm special. I'm special like that, huh? Specially educated. That's me. Deductive reasoning. Now I use inductive reasoning, and I read all the time. I read Wikipedia. I just gave you Snopes. I gave it to you. I gave you those POSs. They're human garbage. And I'm the trash man. I'm taking you out. I am taking you out. Just like that scene where, remember the guy was during Layla, fucking like he goes into the dumpster. A beautiful coda. Right? Movie about punk rock. I was gonna call my band The Committee instead of The Grievance Committee. It's just easier. But there's a movie called The Commitments. Okay? There's a movie called The Commitments. I love that movie. I think it's Alan Parker. Yeah. I used to know all this stuff. I used to know everything. I still do. I told you I worked with. I sat right across from Nicolas Cage. I sat right there. It was one of the greatest experiences of my life. And nobody knew who this guy was. I knew him because he ate a cockroach before. Somebody else just recently ate a cockroach on stage or something. They're not really the ones from the ones from the street are so gross. Oh, I couldn't eat the one from the street. Now I could eat the one that the fake ones that they bring on set. And like grown in a whatever, right? The reason why, if they can get you to eat your own cleaned excrement, then you become chattel. That's why. Because the excrement of a cow, they digest it first, then they bring it back up and they chew it. So for us, it would go through our body, come out, and then they would somehow get us to, they meaning those involved. I don't know. I don't think of people as chattel. I don't think of people like that. We're all born equal under unequal circumstances. And I got this one guy, he's reading these dusty old books. What were they called? What the fuck were they called? I love you. I love this place. I love this place. Oh, like John Birch Society. Remember that fucking bullshit? This guy's reading these dusty old books. Hey, pal, why don't you read the one with Eric Schmidt and Henry Kissinger about AI? If you want to fucking really be afraid. I don't think this guy really wants to be afraid. I don't think he does. American Pope. Yeah, I told you. People are going to love Trump. They're going to love that motherfucker. I see a guy, he was walking around, Blacks for Trump. And I'm like, yeah, you just got that on so you could fucking find out who's a Trump supporter and rat him out. Motherfucker. Right? Yeah. Sex and death. Right? Sex and death. And that whole thing about John Lennon being LGBT was, they made a movie about it, and I saw it. And I was just trying to get people involved in my show. Right? I was just trying to get you to get involved in my show. Like, what the hell are you talking about, dude? Or, hey, man, you got that from a movie. Right? Ain't that right? But today's the saddest day of my life, and the show's almost over. I did all this work for nothing. Show's almost over. I don't know what the fuck I was even talking about. You can't destroy this. The whole point of tying this in is the kids that are making fun of the movies. You go back and you see the blood, sweat, and tears of the director, like what he had to go through to make the movie, and he's having fun too. So don't, like Stanley Kubrick had fun. Come on, there were good times, bad times. A lot of this part is going to be based on actually Led Zeppelin. I'm getting a lot of stuff. I love Led Zeppelin. I love classic rock, and I do. But I bleed oi punk. That changed my life. I told you I hated my mother, but I love my dad, and my dad loved my mother. So because my dad loves my mother, why would I hurt my mother? Right? You wouldn't. Look at the Melendez doohickeys. Menendez, whatever, they're trying to get out of the Hoosgow. You know why? Because they would never behave like that. That was during that cycle of their life. And they spent, I think, probably 2 more cycles in the Hoosgow. You got a 20-year cycle. It's between 17 and 19, 20 years. And you enter into a new cycle. We are in the Kali Yuga. Okay? The name of the army wasn't the Third Reich, you morons. They were in the Third Reich, and we were bringing in the Fourth Reich, the Kali Yuga, where they have the tongue from the Rolling Stones coming out of the mouth. That's what we're in. This is the age of Aquarius. That's why everybody's bearing water. They're carrying water bottles. This is the age of Aquarius. It's happening now. When I was an actor, I was called a non-traditional actor. What's so non-traditional about me? I was asked to work for Double RL, Ralph Lauren. I was asked. You understand? I was asked to do those things. I didn't run down there, oh my God, I'm gonna get a job at... I gave up one of the greatest jobs of my life. And I gave up one of the greatest jobs as a production assistant. I told you, my sister, she's like, do you want to be Pauly Shore's personal equipment? I'm like, I'm working with Demi Moore. Like, what the fuck? That moron, she doesn't even know what a friend of mine, he was working with me at Propaganda Films, and he got a job as somebody's assistant, and he wanted to come back to that office so bad. He hated it. He wasn't a production assistant. I was a PA. That's different. He was a personal assistant, like my goofy sister wanted to be for Pauly Shore. Dude, I wish I would have OD'd in the bathroom of the fucking comedy club that his mom owns and died on the floor than to fucking, be someone's personal assistant. No. And it can't be destroyed. Linoleum blown apart can never be destroyed because you're too stupid. You can't make it without me. You're gonna fuck it up. That's why I keep telling you, I'm not talking out of my neck, good sir, or ma'am, or them, they. Anytime, anywhere. Anytime, anywhere. It's a half-hour show, right? A half hour's over. It cannot be destroyed. It cannot. Then all you have is a stupid movie about punk rock. We've seen it a million fucking times. And you got this moron over here making his movies. The kids see the movies differently. They goof on them the way we were goofing on. But they see the prolific parts, and then that gives the parents explain to the children what life was like when the movie came out. When he does a Spangled Banner, people were flipping out. They're like, who is fucking in charge of this country? And they had to ask themselves. And the shark guy generals are going, yeah, don't worry about it, right? The way they were telling JFK that, the missiles are coming, Cuban Missile Crisis. You better do something about it. I like the last time I saw Oliver Stone. He had to bring his son, Sean, with him. Because it's a new generation, man. It's a new generation. I know I'm on my way out. I don't give a fuck. Take me out. Ugh, what did you want? My parking spot? I don't know. You want my shed? Is that what you want? You want my shed? You want my side of the bed? The side of the room? Huh? What do you want? Because I'm not writing anything until I get something. Yeah, you better know that's right.